Welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who used his third genie wish to bring back Malcolm in the Middle, Bill!
Hi, everyone. That's right. I'm very happy for that.
Were you a big fan back in the day?
I enjoyed it, I feel like, up to a point, and then I stopped watching it, if that makes any sense.
I definitely don't remember them being like a certain age or like past a certain age. So it's like I definitely stopped.
I think I know.
Watching it.
I think I know when I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
I think when they had the fourth son, I stopped.
Oh, I don't. I saw
think
a
that
picture.
was my drop off.
Yeah, I didn't even really remember. Why? I mean, what was the storyline reason for that? Like, it didn't
Like,
seem
why
like a
have a
family
baby?
who wanted to have another kid. It didn't seem like that was in the cards.
Well, I remember Bryan Cranston's character. Was it Hal?
Hal, sure.
Hal
Sparks.
And then yeah, and I remember they were a very horny couple. He was
right.
especially.
Yeah.
He was a horn dog.
Always walking around in his underwear, or was that Breaking Bad?
That was both.
He was in his underwear a lot in his career.
God. Yes.
Also provided voices for Power Ranger, Monsters, and then of course he was Zordon in the most recent theatrical release.
Yes, he was.
Which was a fantastic movie, and every actor, or a lot of the actors from that movie have gone on to do wonderful things, and it's such a shame that they couldn't get their shit together to make that a successful film, because I think it could have been great, considering how popular the people are.
Of course, but at least it didn't detract from their popularity. You know, it was.
That's true. It didn't hold them down.
Shoehorned. Yeah, it didn't hold them down.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's more important.
They should be
them,
thankful for that. Yeah, of course.
Well, speaking of shoehorns, maybe getting a box full of shoehorns would be better than some of the things people are getting. But this is week number 3 of the NECA blind box drama. Is that right? 3 weeks since Thanksgiving this has been going on?
Right. So, yeah, this was the NECA blind box Black Friday.
Black Friday,
sale?
Sure.
Yeah.
So the idea here, if you're not familiar, NECA put up for $120-something bucks, you could get a box that had a $500 value, like MSRP value. Right. And there were 4 categories: Turtles, Ninja Turtles, horror, pop culture, and sci-fi. Were those 2 separate ones?
Sci-fi and pop culture were together.
What was the 4th then? Or were there only 3?
No. There was horror, Turtles, horror, pop culture, and sci-fi fantasy. Sci-fi fantasy was the double.
Sci-fi
pop culture
fantasy.
was separate.
Gotcha,
yeah.
Gotcha.
And then there was a plush one, too.
Is that new? I don't think that was one of the original options.
It wasn't original. It wasn't an original one, but they put it up. It's sold out since, so.
Okay. I don't really like a lot of the NECA soft, plush stuff, because it's usually, deformed-looking things. It's not, cute, or it's got, hard pieces, and the heads are hard.
Right,
so I'm cycling through some. If you're following us, if you're watching this on YouTube, which I suggest you do, I'm cycling through photos that people have posted of what their boxes contain. So this guy, he got some Gremlins in here. He got Ultimate Brain and Ultimate Greta. Is that right? Probably. I don't know which one that is actually. Just Ultimate Gremlins. King Kong, AC/DC, another Harry Potter. I don't know where they're finding these Series 2 Harry Potter figures. That is not.
Someone had mentioned, and I read that
gargoyles.
It might not all be Target returns. That it might be a warehouse move. Right.
Okay, well that makes sense.
And that it would be easier to pack out than it would be to pack up and move the items.
To transfer it, yeah. Because we did see, let's see if I can find it, there were some turtles that I don't think were available at Target. So yeah, that is definitely the case.
We're seeing some of the Walmart exclusive.
Walmart, and then this one, they got, this is a damn good box. They got cartoon Tokan Razor, which I guess was a Target exclusive, but they got the Catwoman from Channel 6. That was a NECA. Was that a Target? I guess that would have technically been a Target.
That went to Target, but that was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
But it was at Target.
But it was also a Target. No, it was.
Well, what they did, I think what made it a Comic-Con exclusive was the extra stuff you got, like the lanyard. I think that made it. Because we ordered from the NECA site and got it, and we got like that extra
we got all the crap.
Like
and that
poster.
Great shirt. Well, we got the fun shirt that we all like.
Is that the one that came with the shirt? I think it was.
Yes,
you're right. It's the newsroom. That's right. This is the newsroom. That's right. I almost wore that one tonight. And then this guy got the Baby Turtles accessory set, but he said the box was open. So that lends credence to the fact that these are things that were just like on the floor at the warehouse and they couldn't ship them out. But I would have paid $120 for that box if you could guarantee me that stuff. That's pretty nice. This is week 3. You just got some skin in the game. You decided to press your luck and see what you're going to get.
So I was really bummed. Not so much that I missed out on Turtles, because I feel like I've got enough Turtles stuff.
You got them all pretty much at this point.
But I think Turtles at this point has been the longest standing out of stock. Horror went, and I was bummed about that because I'd really like to get maybe some Universal Monsters.
Yeah, those are fun.
Some other items that I wouldn't necessarily get at full retail, but they're fun to look at and they're enjoyable. Yeah. That just popped back up in stock on the NECA store, and I said, now's my time. Now's my time.
Yeah.
I did put a purchase in. Hopefully it'll
Roll
be here
the dice
within the week for the next show, and maybe we'll do a little unboxing. Nice live one. Yeah. I won't open anything, so it'll be a gut reaction to all of it.
I hope I'm saying this now, so it won't be funny if it happens. But you should fake me out and put some like really like top tier shit in there. Oh
well, you know what the thing is people are looking at. I think the postal service USPS is distributing them through the mail service, and people are looking at the weights attributed to the packages.
But it's all so random.
It is, but so the average is about 16 pounds.
People are so funny.
The $500 box. But
you're trying to figure out if you were the winner.
If you got
the golden ticket.
That golden ticket $2,000 a day box randomly.
A day? So, is that what it is?
Yeah, a day.
A day?
One selected each day.
Have we seen
I
the winner?
haven't seen anything.
Okay, so that makes me think that it's not. I mean, is it per category, or it's just like one? Like
that's a good question.
Out of the 4 options. Because what would the turtle one be? Damn, maybe this guy got it. Because how much was the Catwoman box? That was like 150.
120, 150. Yeah, it was up
at
there.
least. And then they got 1, 2, 3, 4 2-packs. So what's that?
About 55.
Those are each 50.
Yeah.
So 4 times, that's 200. Well, it's supposed to be 500, so I guess that sort of works out. But I just wonder how much stuff. Some gold inklet. What is it? Ingots? What's the word? Ingots. Some gold ingots in there.
Yeah.
I definitely think the autographed thing is going to be in there. That really helps push the limit to the.
It'll all be autographed items. It'll be 16 items, but they'll all be autographed.
They're all autographed by Howie Mandel.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with that. That's fine.
Thanks,
well, that's exciting. I really look forward to next week then to find out what you got.
I don't know what the shipping time is, so maybe it'll come. I don't know. I just got a shipping notification for my Alien Romulus popcorn bucket. So.
Oh, was that a pre-order, or you just decided to get it?
That was a pre-order for the face hugger on the canister.
Yeah, the one I turned into a champagne bottle.
Did you actually get that?
No, I just took someone's photo.
Okay. I'd have been
to
jealous.
Make it look, because we were talking about putting instead of popcorn, you put ice in there and you put champagne.
How to repurpose it? Oh yeah,
it's so fancy. It's too good for popcorn. All right, well that's very good. I'm very excited for all of that. Let's see. The next thing I want to talk about. Let's just talk about this because I have so many windows open for it. We can finally close some of them. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. There we go. Yeah.
Oh man, it's all
Ross!
the previews for the show.
That's all the previews. If you're watching, a little sneak peek. Ross, I underestimated them. I'm sorry. I was not familiar with your game. This season, it's been okay. Not as good as last year. That all changed this week. They got a ton of shit. So many toys. Every Ross, it seems like, is getting stuff. And it's a very nice assortment, a potpourri of toys, if you will. So let's go through some of the things that I found. This is a Super 7 reaction figure of RZA, which I thought this figure was brand new, but is it the Ultimate that they were just advertising?
I feel like it was the Ultimate that we saw.
Okay, so maybe this has been, but still, it can't be that old. Like, this is not, I guess this is all stuff from the past year or whatever that, like, didn't sell. Sure. Maybe Target, like, didn't want this, because Target and Walmart do stock Ultimates, yeah, but reaction figures, they do stock them. But for $20, not a lot of people are buying them. So this is the comparable value is $20, but it's sold at Ross for $5.99, which is much better. This is a Marvel Legends Bruce Banner from the Avengers Infinity War. Was this an Amazon exclusive or was this in stores? I don't even remember seeing this in person before.
That's a good question. It had to have been either an Amazon or even a Target. Maybe it wasn't Target. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing this one. But this is good. I love a lot of civilian figures.
What is it, the Infinity Saga stuff?
The Infinity Saga.
Yeah, I mean, so that was like stuff that they were getting like solid cases of like Thor and Captain America and everything. I don't remember.
Oh, they have, yeah, but this isn't a. Well, I guess this is the packaging they're using now, where it's a box, but you can hang it on the peg because it's got the little not butterfly, but whatever, the J hook at the top. $12.99, not bad. If the line was not insane. I definitely would have considered picking some of this up, but I valued my time too much. Okay, so here's the big one. Super 7, they started sending out some Ultimates. So I saw earlier in the week that somebody found Duffman from the Simpsons line. And I was like, oh, I definitely want to collect doubles of those Simpson figures because those are like some of my favorite figures. The fact that the line, died prematurely aside, I just like those figures. I think they're great. So I'd love to have an extra set to keep mint in box. So Duffman's the only Simpsons figure that I've seen so far. But this is Ben Alligator from Fantasia. So he is, I think, $18, which is great. It's still, sort of expensive for a Ross item, but considering these cost like $50 to begin with, very good deal. I saw 4 of him. This is the Hammond Collection Triceratops, but like the baby Triceratops, like a little guy.
Cute.
He's very cute. I definitely would have picked him up. $5.99. I don't remember seeing this particular figure at retail, but I assume it was. Do you remember him?
I can't say. I think a lot of that Hammond Collection stuff is blink and you miss it, and then one kind of sticks around.
Right. I'm like very familiar with like the Jeff Goldblum figure.
Yeah. I mean, like I went heavy and got really, really excited over the Ellie Sattler with the poop hands, thinking that would be like the
I did get her. She was on deep clearance at one point.
Yeah, I remember.
They always end up clearancing these out.
They do.
People didn't care. My son is really big into dinosaurs right now, but he doesn't like the Hammond Collection because they don't have action features, and he loves the stupid little scan thing that you pull out of them. He loves that. So clearly Mattel knows how to market to kids, and we have no idea, because I think it's stupid as hell, but he loves it. So,
but of course it's like, here's a physical toy for dad, that old fart. And then here's something on your phone, kids.
Oh,
that's how it works.
He loves looking around and being like, look how big the dinosaur would be. I was like, all right, kid.
Put it in your front yard and then size it up.
You're killing physical toys. Stop it.
There's a dinosaur in our backyard, Dad.
Whoa. Yeah, it's you. I got the only Hammond Collection dinosaur I had was that T-Rex because it was on sale for like pennies last Thanksgiving, and I was like, holy shit, wish I bought multiple.
This year, Target, maybe 3, I don't know.
Yeah, I wish I bought more than one. This year, Target did a good clearance on all their Jurassic Park stuff, and I got the Gigantosaurus, I think, but it's still outside because, like, maybe I'll give it to the kid or maybe it's for me, depending. But he doesn't like I was mentioning, he doesn't really care for the Hammond Collection stuff. So I think that'll be for me. And I just saw this week There's an Allosaurus and like the salad fingers dinosaur, with like the long claws or whatever.
Therizanosaurus.
If you say so. So I kind of feel like I need to start.
Not Giganosaurus.
What is it? Giganotosaurus?
Giganotosaurus, yeah.
What did I call it? Gigantosaurus?
Gigantosaurus, like the TV show.
Yeah, I would. The TV show? What TV show?
The TV show with the dinosaur kids, Gigantosaurus.
What?
You've never heard of Giganosaurus?
I don't know. Maybe it slipped into my brain, but I don't know.
It follows. I think either 4 or 5 different dinosaurs, and they just kind of go around. And there's one large dinosaur named Giganosaurus.
Yeah.
And they just go on like adventures that are like wholesome.
Oh, is it?
I don't know if it's on Disney. I don't know.
PBS.
No, I don't think it's on PBS.
Dinosaur Farm or whatever that thing is. I tried to get into.
Dino Ranch.
Dino Ranch. I still have those. Still pop up at clearance. Those did not do well. People did not care.
Did about as good as the Galactic Kids or whatever they were, the Star Wars Kids show.
You can't market to kids. Kids don't want kid stuff. Kids want like adult collectible stuff, but then also you can scan them. Them. That's what they want. Yeah. All right, back to Ross. Another Super 7 reaction. This is Cobra Commander, but he's a robot. He's like a little shiny, and he's got you can see from the artwork, he has like one big gear on his arm with giant screws holding him together. So that's fun. Oh, this was cool. They had a bunch of Star Wars stuff, but this was up by the cashier. By checkout, they have like those baskets up there. This is Black Series. What do you call this? Where it's like the retro card, but it's Black Series, so it's huge.
What were they calling those?
Anniversary or something?
Yeah, they were like an anniversary collection or something.
Because it's got the 40th Return of the Jedi logo up top. So this is Rebel Commando. This is Endor Rebel. It comes with the alternate face, so he just has like that extra face in the package. Looks really weird.
Yeah. So that was you'd store it in the backpack. That was the best.
Right. Once you open it, you can store it. Yeah. So $8 for that. Definitely. If you want a troop build, you can go grab some of those. Let me close out these windows that I don't need anymore. Don't need that. We'll get to that. It's a nice tease. There, we'll talk to that later.
Too many teases.
Okay. A lot of teases. A lot of teases. So you don't have a Ross, so you don't get to partake in that. I feel
so
bad
disappointing.
For you, son. I feel bad for you, son. Actually, before we should have transitioned from NECA to NECA, because NECA this week unveiled the customer appreciation club or something. I'm not really sure.
Another
this is.
Questionable debacle by NECA, as far as I'm concerned.
Just a very odd way to do this, because people were getting emails that said, we're thrilled to reward our most dedicated collectors with an all-new benefit starting next year as part of NECA Rewards loyalty program. Customers who spent $400 or more on the NECA store this calendar year are in good standing, and will unlock exclusive access to offers on the NECA store. And then the next paragraph says you only have to spend X amount, and it says the amount, by the end of this year. So it's basically like, go spend $150 on nonsense so that you qualify for this thing that you have no idea what it actually is going to be.
But like, people were so confused because, we were having people report out that they had already spent like upwards to like $1,000 plus.
Right. They think they've already spent $400.
And there was no people are thinking, well, do I just buy Ninja Turtles stuff? Is that what the problem is?
That's what somebody was told, that you had it only counts for turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so somebody was told by NECA customer service that only turtles count, which it does not say.
No,
so
it
that's
doesn't.
Just NECA and their PR having trouble at the end of the year.
Right.
I haven't really heard any updates on the Donatello's lab debacle. Have you seen any more fallout? Did they send any more emails?
I've seen people. I haven't seen any more emails. I've seen people getting their Donnie's labs and then opening them, and they look like they're relabeled.
No.
And they're a little.
Wait,
little
you mean the actual toy inside the box, like the label?
No. I mean the box itself, the shipping box.
The shipping
had a
box.
relabel on it. Yeah.
So they didn't even bother
like,
putting it in a new box. They just
no. So
relabeled
whoever got a second one did actually have good faith and return it.
Right. Okay.
Well, but
yeah,
whoever's distributing for NECA just slapped a label on top of it. Some of them are a little beat up. You get the mint in box collectors saying the corners are all dinged up. NECA too. I was right before the show. They're doing a new promotion called 12 Days of Figures.
Okay.
And it is by 5 figures for $100.
What 5 figures?
So they have a list each day of figures that you can buy for $100. 5 of them. And I don't know if it's complete. You can make your own. Right now they have Cosmic Con Alf, just to name a few. The Alien Club 2017 exclusive, the Purple Warrior Alien.
All right. How many figures are there to choose from?
Right now, it looks like there are 12 figures to choose from.
And you
Twilight Saga Jacob action figure? Like, how old is that?
Why would you ever?
And they're trying to... That brings you right back to Toys R Us days, when those Twilight figures were just sitting on the shelf.
Yeah.
That figure's at least 9 years old, and they want $35 for it on its own.
Where are you seeing this? It's on the NECA store?
It's on the NECA store, yeah. It's on their homepage.
I'm trying to see. Oh, here it is. 12 Days of Figures. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna slide this on over because we're talking about it. Let everybody see what we're talking about. We'll go through it. All right. Here's the buy 5 figures for $100. Deck the halls. Let's see.
Right.
Let's see. There's NECA. There's Alf. There's the Alien. Black and White Stormtrooper. Snape.
Foot
Jacob.
Soldier.
What did I say?
Stormtrooper.
Oh yes, Foot Soldier. Excuse me. Casey Jones, Karate Kid, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Ooh, this is a very bright Creature from the Black Lagoon.
That's the glow in the dark. That's the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Ooh,
glow in the
Herman
dark.
Munster. Here's Archie Comics. Jaguar. So we're saying 5. So you're saying you were basically paying $20 per figure. Is that include shipping? Because then you sort of get
doesn't say anything about shipping. I don't think shipping's free.
I would hope shipping's included in the $100. Because then if it's like $120, it's like, well, this is barely a deal at all. What are we talking about here? It's not any sort of deal. This is such a like NECA. Are they just trying to get out of the toy business? Like they're really trying to clear those back rooms. Someone
made the joke, said that they're really getting a lot of Megalopolis Toys feels from NECA lately. Like it's just
don't say that.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Megalopolis became
Premium DNA.
Premium DNA, who made those Earthworm Jim figures that were available on AliExpress. And as far as I know, I could be mistaken. I don't know that they ever shipped from the actual company, like people who pre-ordered from the actual company. I don't know that anyone ever got those.
I don't think so.
I would love to
have some.
Please correct me if that's not true.
Yeah.
I would love to be wrong about that. But so many people got them from AliExpress for, pennies on the dollar.
Yep.
What do we got left on the pop? We got pop culture. You said you got horror?
I did. It should still be
free
available.
Shipping. $129.
Yes. Can't argue with that.
It's a fun little, it's a Christmas gift to yourself, basically, at this point.
It is. I really do hope for some good stuff here.
The thing is, though, a lot of these figures have gone on clearance at Walmart. So it's like you could almost make your own box.
Could.
Just give yourself a budget of $130 and walk into Walmart and see what you could walk out with.
Well, that's the thing. My Walmart doesn't clear. I see all the stories and pictures of NECA going on clearance at Walmart. That has never happened to me. I think I'll take it back. I did get the Werewolf Raphael.
Okay.
For like $25, but it wasn't like a deep discount.
It's not a deep discount, no.
It wasn't like it was $10 and it was a Foot Soldier 2-pack.
Exactly. But some people have seen that.
Some people
Walmarts are independent stores, so it's like
it sucks.
The clearances don't. It's not nationwide. It's store.
Walmart wanted to treat me like a criminal this week, which was great.
What happened? What happened to you? What happened? I want to hear.
I made a bad call. So our beloved Grinch inflatable that we've had for about 6 years finally shit the bed. No. And my son is all about the Grinch this season. Loves him. Absolutely. He loves the villain. loves a bad guy. So he's all about the
preferred
Grinch.
Grinch. What is his preferred Grinch? Jim Carrey?
He does like the Jim Carrey, but he likes the new one. He dabbles in all of them. I think he appreciates all the Grinch. But so our inflatable sadly passed. We went out to get a new one. I went shopping with my mom, as I always do on Tuesdays. And I grabbed the Grinch. I went up to self-scan. We parked over in Lawn and Garden, so I had to walk back.
Yeah.
Through the store with my one bagged item and had my receipt in hand, and they're like, "What are you doing with that?" And they opened my bag.
No, God,
looked in the bag.
Walmart is
I got the receipt right there.
They're rough.
I got my kid right there. I was like, "What is this?" I was like, I didn't want to go through the front of the store and get it checked, and it was just one item in the bag. I didn't even have to bag it, and it was just like,
sure.
Walking out of Lawn and Garden, they're like, "Open the bag up," and I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Can you take out the one item?" And I'm like, "Do you just want to check the receipt that says one item?"
Take out the item?
Yeah.
What?
It's crazy.
I think you're being unfairly treated by this Walmart. I think they heard our podcast and they're like giving you shit.
They must love doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's fine.
We'll try to get that guy fired. Well, before we go to break, I do want to talk about one more thing. I'm a big fan of the Fraggles all puppets, but they're doing Palisades did the ultimate Muppet line. NECA is now doing Sesame Street, which just lost its home on HBO Max. So someone who wants to own Sesame Street, Disney just should buy it at this point. Like they should just do it. Just do it. So we got those two, and then the final piece to complete the Muppet Family Christmas crossover is Fraggle Rock. And Boss Fight Studios already put out Series 1. I love them. Series 2, hopefully leaving the factory soonish. Here they gave us a look this week at the figures. There's Boober, all-time great name for that character. Here's Sprocket. He's a little bit larger. He's a little more expensive. I think it's a fun addition to the line. And then here's Moki. So these are based on the new series Back to the Rock. So you can kind of see where Moki's design is just slightly off from the original series. She has like this big flowy green dress. So that's like a little annoying if you like want these to look like the classic figures. But I think the idea is they want to do the classic looks too. And here's Wembley. Wembley, one of my all-time favorite from Muppets. It's just fun character, fun look. So I'm excited to pick those up. I wanted to make sure everybody saw those. So when we get back, we're gonna talk a little bit about the latest Christmas classic, Red One. We'll be right back. 'Tis the season for holiday movies. Every year they try to bring out the next holiday classic. I don't really feel like there's been a classic holiday movie since Elf. Was Elf the last one that's really like hung on that people watch every year?
I really do feel like Elf is the last great consistent holiday movie. And like you said, it is once a year they really do try to push the next big thing. And
Christmas, I mean,
honestly, it's like striking lightning in a bottle. It doesn't happen.
No.
It's gotta be perfect.
And sometimes
mix.
you don't know. Like when they were making Elf, I don't think they expected it to be what it is.
Could you imagine if it was original Elf when it was pitched to Chris Farley? If that was the case, like, do you think it would have been as successful?
It would have been different. It's like Chris Farley was going to be Shrek. Like, would that have worked too? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
These things we just don't know. Well, this year, the big holiday movie, Red One. What a cast. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Chris Evans, who's coming back to Marvel Universe. We'll talk about that. Lucy Liu, J.K. Simmons as Santa, a.k.a. the Red One. So this movie may seem like a direct-to-Netflix kind of deal, but it was in theaters. You could have saw this on the big screen.
I think
Not a lot of people did.
Theaters.
Not a lot of people did. Well, that makes no sense because now you can see it on Amazon Prime, for no additional money, which is what we did. So as long time listeners will know, my wife is a big Chris Evans fan. So
yeah,
she wanted to watch it. She heard it was fine. She heard it was good enough. So we were watching last night. This is how I compare it, and people may not know the movie I'm referencing, but if you've ever seen this movie, Bright. It was a Netflix original movie back when that was not like a common thing. It starred Will Smith and the guy who looks like Conan, who plays Uncle Owen.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
You know what I'm talking about? So the idea there is it's like a very straight like cop movie, except it's set in storybook world. Where
right, it's like Onward. It's like Onward.
It's exactly what it is.
Yes.
But it's like a very hard cop drama. So it's like insane. I remember actually liking it, but the thing is, it was made by Max Landis, who people hate. And who's his father? What's that guy's name? He did like
John Landis.
John Landis, who is the ultimate helicopter parent, if you get that reference. Do you get that reference?
Yes.
Because those people died in the helicopter crash. Do you remember that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Moving on. But people don't like him. He liked the original Nepo baby, and I remember when that movie first came out, he was tweeting, saying like, "If this is done right, this is gonna be my Star Wars," and it obviously did not go well because we've never seen another. Follow-up film. I liked it. It's fine. So basically, this movie, Red One, they play it very straight, but it's Santa, his elves. The Rock, again, he's playing the Rock, but the Rock is he's not a human. He's 300 years old, but he's whatever. Polar bear, lots of creatures. The reindeer are giant. Santa is jacked. So it's like, it wants to be a lot of things. It wants to be taken seriously, but it's ridiculous. It wants to be an action movie.
Film?
It's an action film, action buddy comedy.
Yeah.
Chris Evans, he's the absentee father, so he has to redeem himself. He was on the naughty list. The naughty list is a very important plot point in this.
So this just seems like the formula for the timeless classic of a Christmas movie is the one that is not the traditional experience. Die Hard.
Right. So
Elf,
let's try to cross over to that. Yeah.
Yes, the expectations.
You
It chucks the
take
expectations.
Die Hard. You take Elf. It's like you take Die Hard. You take like Rankin Bass and like mush it together. Like that's what this movie was trying to be. So like I give it credit for trying. I just don't think the concept like really works. It was not unwatchable. It's like it wasn't bad enough that it was enjoyable. But it was like, I was like, I like Chris Evans. I like The Rock well enough. It's nice to see Lucy Liu getting a paycheck. It was fine. Do
terrorists like try to kidnap the jacked Santa? Is that what goes on?
There is a Christmas witch played by Don Draper's daughter from Mad Men, Kieran Shipka. And she has a team, and Chris Evans is like a tracker on the dark web. He's called the Wolf. So he didn't know what the job was, but he gave them the correspond or the coordinates to get Santa. They sneak in. There's this whole chase scene where it's like, do you have eyes on Red One? They're all like running. It's so ridiculous.
Will my son like it? Is it that lowbrow for him, perhaps?
I think kids will like it. My kid is afraid of a lot of things, so we didn't even attempt. Try it. But I think if your kid likes, I think kids like it. But anyways, it's got lots of beasts. We're gonna look at those right now. So my head was spinning. I was like, these are the people in this movie are famous actors who have been in movies that have had toys. But I was like, I know McFarlane did these movie maniacs, but it's like I don't count movie maniacs as action figures. Here's a scene where Chris Evans is fighting a snowman. This is pretty accurate to what the movie was like. What a Chris Evans likeness there. Jesus. Let's see all that. We're on Entertainment Earth here. We're scrolling through. Krampus makes an appearance. I don't know who plays Krampus. He's all prosthetics up. Anyways, I was thinking to myself, if I wanted action figures from this, like proper Marvel Legends-esque action figures, I could assemble a team of existing action figures of these actors and make my own. So my thought was, hey, this is kind of a fun concept. Maybe we can make this like a regular segment where we think of a movie that doesn't have proper action figures and then try to cast, existing figures in the roles. Like, what figure exists that would be most likely or most, appropriate for this version of The Rock?
Okay. So if we were like, I want to see figures from Love Actually.
Yeah. But we're doing Red One.
I have to go get that Hugh Grant figure.
Oh, that's right. See, that's good. Save that one. So what I want, two things I need from the listeners and the viewers. I need a name for the segment. If we're going to do this more than once, I want to be able to brand it as something. And then I want your suggestions for movies. So send us an email, thereluctantadultpodcast@gmail.com, or go on Instagram, The Reluctant Adult Podcast. Send us a message. I want a name for the segment, and I want ideas for other movies. So let's start with the easy one. Santa, played by J.K. Simmons. The first figure, and maybe the only figure I can think of that he has, is that Marvel Legends J. Jonah Jameson figure that I got from GameStop during their clearance sale.
Okay, is this the one from the No Way Home Spider-Man? Or the...
Right.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So that version. Yep, I got that I think they got that at Ollie's.
Yeah. It
been around.
Wasn't a big seller. So obviously no beard, so you'd have to get the white beard, but it's a very, it's a good figure. He's in like a business suit, so you'd have to get like a Santa body. But this is like not really a traditional Santa. It's like he's got a red hoodie or something here. This looks like Bane's coat from that McFarlane.
Oh.
Like that figure is pricey, that Bane. The Build-A-Figure Bane that they sold on a card that came with the coat. So if you could grab that, you could dye it. That'd be very good. The Chris Evans figure, I don't feel like there have been a ton of Captain America figures that had like a great Chris Evans likeness, or like, what's Captain America's real name? What's the character name?
Steve Rogers. Like
a great, like unmasked Steve Rogers look. They're re-releasing, and I think it's updated that, they do that like that Evergreen line where they're doing like another Spider-Man and then the Captain America. Yeah. That's probably the best, because he's got a beard, first of all, this character, Jack, I think his name is. And he's got like sort of like the cool, like little bit spiky, messy hair.
Oh, sure.
So that's
you get the Infinity War Captain America look, where he has the beard, where he's on the run.
Right. I think that's what that figure is supposed to represent. Or like maybe he doesn't have a beard. There is a version that has a beard. I think that's like the one that showed up at Ross too, because I have a couple of them. But that was pre like special printing on the faces, so I don't feel like it looks as good as it could. So maybe they'll do an updated version of that. His outfit, his costume in the movie, it's like jeans and like a gas station shirt. Like it's just nothing. Like these are not elaborate costumes. They're like very real, very grounded, real world stuff. So whatever you want to do to make that up. The Rock, there's lots of Rock figures recently because he's got a bald head. That's just what The Rock looks like. He's just playing The Rock. He's got a very like motorcycle jacket, leather. There's probably like a Deadpool figure that looks like this, or like some current Marvel Legends MC, like a Wolverine. Yeah,
in the leather.
You could definitely pull something together from that.
Yeah.
So there you go. If you want to make your own Red One,
get one of the Toy Biz X-Men figures from 2000.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would definitely work fine. Yeah.
Get the Cyclops. Just pop that off.
Cyclops. He's got the. What are you supposed to put in? He's got like the zippers right above the pecs. Like, what are you supposed to put in there? Like, what is that for? Those zippers. Those are actual pockets.
Pec zippers.
He's got pec zippers, like right above.
So I had my coat. I had my coat on today, and you know what I had in my coat, which was great.
What?
2 candy canes.
Oh, okay.
Just right
Were they
there.
popping out, or they're just in there?
They were just in there. I don't know why. I don't know why they were there. No, the pocket flap covered them up. But my kid saw them and he's like, "I want what's in your pocket." And I'm like, "I don't know what's in there." And I opened it. I was like, "Oh, dude, candy cane. Here you go."
Is that a candy cane in your pocket, or are you just in the festive mood?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. So that's good. That's the game.
That's a fun game. I love it.
I think it's a fun game. I don't know.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I don't know if we should be like obviously one of us has to know beforehand, but I don't know if we should research this beforehand or we should like, if it's too much dead air, like Googling the figures. Because
I don't like
Google,
that
like,
idea.
The Rock. You think we should know?
Like,
we should just have.
I feel like
the
we should
information.
know. I feel like we should know and have the information on hand, and that way
it's
you
kind of like
compile
testing
photos.
Us. Well, that's true too. Yeah, I guess we could fake it and be like, "Oh, I don't know."
We kit bash. It's a virtual kit bash.
Oh, that's good. That's not a bad
virtual
name.
Kit bashing.
If somebody likes that name, write in. Give us that.
Yes.
Name. All right. So moving on from that, let's talk about Spin Masters because they're doing some stuff. So we talked about their 4-inch Batman DC stuff they were doing. They're putting out a whole set of Batman Forever, and these are like intentionally inspired by the Kenner figures.
They are.
Like this Robin,
beautiful.
They gave him this is what the figure looks like. They sculpted an all new sculpt that looks just like that Kenner figure. Same with the Batman figure. And I was saying like this Batman, he looks like Mad Magazine drew him, but I think that's just what the Kenner figure looked like. Those are the proportions they gave him. And then they have a Two-Face where he doesn't come with the gun, the Gatling gun or the coin, but the pose
that's
is very...
okay. I think that big Gatling gun thing was atrocious. It was like on a stand.
I loved it.
It was great. It was fun, but it was like, what the hell is this thing?
It's play value. So they don't come with any accessories. No Riddler. They just showed these three, and then the Batmobile. Okay. They're doing the Batmobile.
Exciting.
So So here's the thing. Retro is obviously a good way to go. People like retro stuff. I don't know that there's a lot of like fuzzy warm feelings around Batman Forever. Like this is kind of when it fell off the cliff. You love Batman Forever?
Oh, I do. Oh yes.
I mean, I bought the McFarlane figures, so I just don't know. Are these intended for kids? Like, are kids gonna buy these? Like, kids aren't watching Batman Forever.
That's a good question.
Maybe they are. Maybe they have Max and they're going back. Look at the card art. Look at the haircut they gave Chris O'Donnell. Is that what
the haircut he had? Yeah.
Is it with what do they call that? The Caesar with those like short bangs.
Right.
He had that. Is not. He used the Floby for his haircut, like my mom cutting my hair. But I just wanted to show that how accurate these are because I went and I just Googled Batman Forever Kenner and let me see if I can find the exact one.
Yeah, they're pretty spot on.
There's the if I could find the right one because I wanted to see the Robin figure because he has that strap over his chest. So here's the Two-Face. You can see. Oh, this page took me to something I didn't want to go to.
Well, right to that.
Whatever.
Bruce Wayne. That Bruce Wayne was weird. That was an odd choice.
They never figure out how to do a good here. Okay, I think this is actually like a second version of this figure, but you can see he's wearing the bandola, like Chewbacca.
The bandolier strap. Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce that? Bandolier.
Yeah.
Tide Racer Robin, racing the tide.
Tide Eraser, like
Tide Eraser. Yeah. This
have
is
a
the
scene
original
where he did laundry in that.
That's true. He was like doing like the flipping to dry it.
Yeah, and then,
that was
he
very nice.
He rang it all out on the floor and then he mopped it up.
That's right.
That was the big joke. They were like, "You're a billionaire, you're living in the billionaire's house, but they have line dried laundry and they're not using the dryer."
Well, they're very rich people do weird things. They don't trust.
They do.
They don't trust the heat coming out of the
dryer. Right. They won't pay for much, especially the electricity. That electric.
That's
bill.
how you get rich. You don't spend on silly things like electricity or dry cleaning. So, anyways, I thought that was fun. Well, this popped up, so let's talk about this.
Pop.
It in Hasbro's like silly letter that they sent out when they like fired a bunch of people, they were like, we're trying to increase like speed to market or whatever they were trying to say. Basically, like it takes too long to make toys. It's like these movies, you know, usually they get like advanced looks at the characters and hopefully the designs don't change, but they still can't get the toys on the shelves to correspond when the movies come out. It's a big problem. Or they get them too early because movies get pushed back. There's lots of issues.
Of course.
Anyway, Funko, they're trying something here where they did this first with The Rock, where The Rock, when he returned to wrestling this year, he had this new character where he was the final boss Rock. So Funko put up a render of this version of The Rock, and they tried to match the look of The Rock at WrestleMania to the character, like the pop they were making, and you could like pre-order it. So that's the idea. These aren't ready to be bought, but they're pre-orders because they're just the renders. So it's like, okay, cool. This is something that's happening right now. I want it. That's great. This is a new one I saw popped up. This is Domingo from an SNL skit that went viral a couple of weeks ago with Sabrina Carpenter.
Months ago at this point. No, it was even further than that. Sabrina Carpenter.
No, it wasn't months. Who was it?
Give me a break. So
weren't they singing her? They were singing her song, right?
Yeah, that was the Espresso song. Yeah, but that was back in September. That was back in September. It could have been October. It was Ariana Grande was the guest. At the bridesmaids were all singing at the wedding.
But it couldn't have been that long ago because then the week after they did it again.
No, they didn't.
And then
no,
he was like
there's a whole repetitive theory. No, the last one they did was with Charlie XCX.
Okay. You're speaking
and they did. I'm sorry. Well, you're not big on Domingo. What can I tell you? You're late to this party.
I thought this was like a very like on the spot. Like, look at this. This just happened. We're making a toy.
No, Domingo. The Domingo mania has been going on for. So there's a theory going on that the way, because SNL has gotten away from repetitive, or repeat characters.
Like Target
we used
Lady
to see it back at. They used to do the Target
cheerleaders,
Lady, the Spartans, Wayne's World.
Yeah.
There was a Reddit theory that said that they follow, when they have a character that they do like, they follow about like a 6-week, maybe even a 4-week, I forget if it was either 4 or 6 weeks before they bring the character back. Okay. So they had Domingo with the Espresso song, and then they brought Charlie's XCX or whatever that character's actor's name is.
A human
and that was about 3 weeks ago. Okay. They said that this new one, if the theory pans out, we should be seeing another Domingo skit, like within the next week. So not tonight, but maybe next week.
Yeah. Well, it didn't resonate with me.
No,
but TikTok really liked it.
That's the thing. Yeah. The second appearance, everybody thought that it was too soon, and that it kind of.
I don't know. I feel like
it kind of lessened.
I feel like with this kind of stuff, because he was showing up at Sabrina Carpenter's concerts.
You're big on the Sabrina Carpenter. I can't stand.
I'm not. I just
don't.
It.
Why you love it so much?
I don't. It freaks me out because I learned. I guess I always knew, but I didn't know she was on that show. Girl Meets World, which was the sequel series to Boy Meets World,
right?
Where Corey and Topanga are a couple, and they have a daughter, and the daughter has a best friend, and the best friend is Sabrina Carpenter, and I watched that. Excuse me, I watched that show when it first aired because I was a big fan of Boy Meets World, so I recognized that actress, but I could not comprehend that is the same human being as the artist currently known as Sabrina Carpenter.
Parading around as Sabrina Carpenter.
It's just she's such like a creation. Like she's a professional wrestler basically. Like this is just a character that she created. But it's just like my mind cannot comprehend that these are the same people. And even today I saw a clip on TikTok from Girl Meets World, and I was like, So I'm not a fan. It just freaks me out. So like when I hear something about it, I was like, okay.
You got to dial in. Okay.
Yeah.
So Domingo, very, very, very exciting. Domingo. That will get the people that don't normally buy toys and pops to get that.
I guess.
No,
not for me. Here's some toys that we care about. AXY Toys. Do you call it
What?
Axie Toys or is it AXY Toys?
AXY Axie?
Axie Toys? I don't know.
They sound small enough that they'll come in and correct us when this gets posted up.
They might, yeah. They have under 5,000 followers. We have more followers than you. Just kidding. They're doing a giveaway for an upcoming figure. Look how tiny it is. I wish I could make this bigger on a... Oh, there it goes. Ah, but that's worse.
Wow.
There we go. Doing a giveaway on their Instagram, AXY Toys, for this character who's a very fun... Oops, I went too far. This very detailed, but like a human, standing like a human dinosaur, very articulated. But then he comes with like fun, soft, good clothes, like some short shorts and a tank top. Do you see that?
Oh, you got like a t-shirt? Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So you can go on your Instagram and you can enter to win one. I want to win it.
Okay.
What is he called? What is his... I gotta make the window smaller to see the text part. A ceratopsian. So not a triceratops, a ceratopsian. I think he's coming out next year, the second quarter of 2025. So you can either buy him, pre-order him, or you can try to win him. I'm trying to win him. I don't know that this helps. Telling other people how to do it, but I think he's very fun looking. I love these. First of all, I like dinosaur figures. I've always wanted, I think my dream toy line currently, do you remember on Fox Kids, it was Eek the Cat? Is that it?
I do remember Eek the Cat, yes.
So much like with Garfield, where it was Garfield and Friends, and like they do a Garfield cartoon, but then they would do like the Barnyard Friends had their own cartoon, and Garfield was not a part of it.
Yes.
So Eek the Cat had a couple different ones. One of them was Clutter, or is that its own thing? I don't remember. But the other one was this show where the dinosaurs were the main characters, but then there were also like cavemen that were the B story. But the dinosaurs, I think they were... now I gotta look it up. Eek the Cat, dinosaurs.
Never a fan of cartoon variety shows.
Terrible Thunder Lizards, I think is what it's called.
That sounds right.
Meet the Thunder Lizards? Terrible Thunder Lizards? Okay, we're gonna go to the Wikipedia for this. And it has no photos. So that's the worst Wikipedia where there's no photos. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So they were like military. You can kind of see they have like some grenades or something. So these actually aren't as good as I thought. Okay. in my mind's eye, these were really cool. So actually the toys that AXY are making are much better than what those are. So, and I love the fact that they're giving them like basically like Barbie clothes to dress them up. That's so fun. What a fun mixture of different like mediums they're doing. Love it. All right. We'll talk about this very quickly. This SpongeBob Teeny Tinies. Teeny Tinies, if you have a Five Below, they're making great stuff where it's like, it's basically 1/12 scale, maybe a little off, but like 1/12 scale, like a lot of it's food related. Like they did the barbecue set last year. Right. They have like a great kitchenette that's out there right now. There's like a holiday. There's like very specific sets. There's like Greek food, different things.
Yeah, so there was a charcuterie board I saw.
Charcuterie board, which was actually kind of disappointing, so I didn't pick that one up. But they're $5 below, $5, pretty good. Populate your world, your action figure world. This one, SpongeBob themed, so you can make a Krusty Krab. But the fun part about this is it actually comes with SpongeBob, which I think is a very smart move. Put a little SpongeBob figure in there.
Sure.
So I was pleased to find this at $5 below. So I have one, but I'm going to save him because I want to do an unboxing. So I'm not going to just open him willy-nilly. I demand a...
SpongeBob's big in the house right now. Well, my kid
likes really?
SpongeBob. Yeah. Okay.
I would love to have like a SpongeBob super fan, like open it, like be online with me when I open it, because I don't really know a lot about SpongeBob, so I feel like we need the experts like side of this. So if there's anyone listening that is a SpongeBob super fan who would like to help me out with this unboxing, send us a message. Maybe we can make that happen. All right, this is cool and also kind of disappointing. This is Shadows of the Empire, Luke and Leia as Bush. This is a 2-pack on Hasbro Pulse. I guess it's available now. Is it sold out? I don't know. I can't imagine. the problem here, we already have Leia's bush.
We do.
We have
different
several of her. It is a different head sculpt?
It is, yes. Updated head sculpt.
Was the other head sculpt bad?
I want to say that, so we're going way back to like the second series of Black Series when this one was released, maybe even like the third.
Okay.
And it wasn't great, but they put her on the archive series and it got a little bit better, but it wasn't excellent. But it gave everyone the opportunity who missed it out in that first round and go ahead to pick it up. But this one is more updated. But the problem that you see with this
it looks good.
Is with the Crimson Guard. Is it the Crimson Guard or is it just...
I guess. That's what Luke is?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just exciting. It's just exciting to have Shadows of the Empire stuff.
I do like that. I wish they came in a little bit stronger. Like, I don't want to rebuy this character. I don't know that I need... Also, the Luke head is not great. I think that's what... is that what you were alluding to? That it's not...
That's what your issue is. Yeah,
it's not a great likeness on the Mark Hamill likeness. They just can't get him right. It just doesn't... They can't do it. I don't know the problem. Doesn't look terrible there. It doesn't look terrible there, that angle. I don't know what this expression is. He's like stiff upper lip, like, you can't.
I mean, he's got a helmet on his head for the last 6 hours.
That's fair. Yeah. But like you said, it is nice to be getting Shadows of the Empire stuff. We need a Dash Rendar. They're using purple as the color of the box, the background. Yeah. Very nice. Call back to the Kenner. Was it Hasbro at that point? Was Hasbro doing?
It was still Kenner.
Still Kenner?
Yep.
Kenner when was the crossover?
99, I think. Into 2000.
Was Kenner still like its own thing and Hasbro was completely separate, or were they were just still using the Kenner brand?
Kenner was I forget when Hasbro bought Kenner, but I feel like it was after episode 1.
Kenner had Star Wars and someone was able to buy them like that. You should have been the biggest toy company in the world at that point. You need to ask Sir Steve about that and see what the deal is. I don't understand that timing.
Sir Steve or
Sir Steve
Evans or Little Steve?
Maybe Steve. Well, Steve Evans or Little Steve. We got a lot of Steves. Your brother Steve.
My brother Steve. God damn.
Yeah, we'll just ask him. All right, let me check my list. Let's see what else. I got so distracted.
While you're checking it, I will cut in.
Great.
And we'll talk about my fun weekend I've had.
Oh yeah.
We went to the Great Wolf Lodge, which is just the best fun little indoor water park. But they have an arcade.
Sure.
And there's no better way to drum up excitement than claw machines, in my opinion.
Ah, love it.
Especially if you're decent with them. So we went early. We were there last night. Found out that my wife really likes that little game where the object falls. New about her. The coin pusher game.
The pusher, yeah.
She was just trying to get tickets. She said that someone had told her that it was an easy way to pile on tickets, which is great. I like claw machines, but the good thing about claw machines there is if you know how claw machines work. You can kind of strategize, and the claw machines are all being used by so many different kids that you can keep an eye and
they line it up perfectly for you.
Kind of track, they'll either line it up and miss, or you can track the pincer grip on it and everything like that.
Oh, that's good. See how many times it takes before you get a good grip.
Right. So last night, my wife and the kids were trying to check out with what they had won with their tickets, and the fire alarm went off, and it was a silent fire alarm, but they couldn't get their stuff. So we went this morning. I loaded up the prepaid card again, and I was like, let's try some claw machines. And I did 3 claw machines, and I started out with my daughter. She wanted something. She wanted a Highland steer. I got her a Highland steer there. First
those
try.
Fuzzy cows.
First try. Cows. Lovely pink. Yep, its name is Rosie.
Aw.
And then second try, I go around. Son, he gets a dinosaur.
Is that what that is? There's very long arms and legs.
I thought it was Godzilla, but it is a
dinosaur
dinosaur
I've ever seen.
His name is Timothy.
Officially, or he was
officially on his on his little bib here. His name is Timothy. Timothy. There you go. Timothy.
There you go. Is that made by like Kelly Toys, who made the sponge or the Squishmallows?
Fiesta Toys is
Fiesta. Woo!
They are big on the carnival scene and the. And then my wife, I couldn't figure out. There was a bunch of stuff, but we were running out of tokens. I did find her this little mushroom.
That's cute, man. You cleaned that thing out.
I did. I was, and like every single time. Well, too much overall because of my wife's addiction to the pusher machine.
No, just from the claw.
From the claw, probably like $10. All
right, that's acceptable. Yes. Yeah. Was it $1 per try?
No, they changed it to a point system at the Great Wolf Lodge.
So what does?
So it's like eight tries is like $3. No, eight points is like 8 points is like $3. It's weird.
I can't. So for $10, how many tries did you get?
So like I think you get 60 points.
Oh my god.
$15 gets you 60 points on your card.
Okay, I'm no closer to knowing how many tries
I know. It's ridiculous.
No closer. It's no closer. That's how.
Each one of those was one try, and then my wife took the card and used it on the pusher machine.
I don't. They do these points. There's like a big arcade. Like they took off half the mall.
Every one of those stuffies was a one and done. I did not try more than once on any of those stuffies.
Oh, so did you fail at all?
No.
Did you try for other things?
I had 100% success rate on those 3.
So you only did, it was 3, you spent $10 on 3?
Yes.
So you got 3 tries.
I got 3 tries.
So it cost $3
on separate machines. On separate machines, yes.
You spent $10 and you only had 3 attempts for $10.
Correct.
That's way too much. That's a really expensive try. I don't believe that's correct.
I mean, I'll tell you right now.
$3 per attempt?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They really
That's crazy. I would have gone to the friggin' gift shop. Bought a Beanie Baby.
I know. We did do that too because they have exclusive Beanie Boos there for Great Wolf Lodge.
No, they don't. What do they have? A wolf?
A wolf.
That's crazy that they could.
But
do that.
Every single time I won something, I had like a signature move.
You like a celebration?
Great. Like it would be grabbed, it would go into the bin, and then I would just walk away from the machine, and the kids would have to get the. Yep, I'd be like, no, it was like pistol fingers. I'd be like, and then
did you be like, it's a me, Luigi?
Ooh, no.
Make the relevant. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that too far?
Not on my opinion.
You know they're gonna do SNL is gonna do something with that tonight. You know it. That's what I'm excited for to see. Listen, the internet has decided that murder is cool as long as you're murdering someone from healthcare.
Oh my, yeah.
They tried to humanize the guy too and be like, he's got a family. I was like, yeah, all the people that died from not getting treatment had families too. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not pro murder, just to be on the record. And I'm not saying that we should murder anyone. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I understand the mindset where it's like, what else do I have to lose? You're not giving me treatment. I'm going to die. My family's going to die. This is why we can't get to this point. People should not be in this position. You should not have to choose. That's not right. We are the richest nation in the world, my friend. Fix this country. But no, we're going in the wrong direction. We'll talk again in 4 years. See where we are then. I'm excited to no, I'm not excited for any of it.
I'm scared. Healthcare out of a claw machine. That's how it'll work.
Oh my god. That's it. Isn't that where Otto got his diploma?
Yes, no, almost, right? And then the claw machine broke. He wanted the lobster harmonica.
Yeah.
Come on, Harvard diploma. Yeah, because he got kicked out of the Pin Pals.
Sure.
Remember, he was part of that, and then he was like,
why did he get kicked out?
Because Mr. Burns. So Homer went to Mr. Burns during an ether addictive treat, he was getting his nails filed, and he went for a loan for the That's
right.
And he goes, Pin Pals. And then like he's like for my bowling. And they're like, no, that's just bowling. Oh, I haven't felt this good since my last bowling.
So they kicked out Otto to make room for Mr. Burns.
Right, Mr. Burns came in because he was like, well, if I'm not playing, why should I sponsor your bowling team?
He tanked.
And then Otto was still there. And Otto's like, maybe they'll take me seriously if I get this Harvard diploma.
Didn't he pull out one of the screws that caused the machine to crash, and then the pin?
No, there was something going on with the mechanism that caused. Yeah, he pulled the screw out, like trying to grab.
Because the claw machine was so strong, it could pull a fucking screw out of the inside of the machine.
Right. It rattled that around, and then there was some shenanigans with Mr. Burns, and like it shook the thing enough that the leg toppled, and he got the lobster harmonica at the end.
Yeah,
like,
but then that caused like the pin to fall down, so they won or lost, or like
they
had
won
some cause. Yeah,
against the Holy Rollers.
I was thinking of the time that they formed the barbershop quartet and they kicked out Chief Wiggum, right?
Chief Wiggum
he was mad at them.
Right.
People are always getting kicked out of Homer's groups.
Of these quartets, yeah.
The No Homers Club. Well, there's room for one Homer. The No Homers.
We can let in one. Homer Glumplet.
Oh, all right. Well, we can't top that. Anything else for this big week?
Can't think of anything except if you want to talk about The Simpsons for another hour.
I know we should. We're gonna start. I'm sure there's a plenty of podcasts for that. This week I started listening to an Office podcast that's been going on since 2019. So it's like I was listening in chronological, and I was like, it's the end of 2019. I was like, oh, we're gonna get to the pandemic episodes. I wonder how they treated it.
Yeah.
So I also listened to one episode of the Conan podcast, like the most recent one, the Conan and Jordan show, and I didn't like it, so I think I'm going to stop. I don't want to like sully my view of Conan.
I went from listening to Conan O'Brien on Sirius. I changed it to holiday music as a preset because I just couldn't. There you go. I couldn't do it.
It's just, well, like I said, I didn't love the back and forth, but I blame that more on Jordan than Conan. Conan can do no wrong. All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.